everybody, and welcome back to Dragon Wing Diamonds. I am here today with our WIP in chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress. And chat, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my week. Don't mind me, I'm just getting settled here. What I am working on today, I'm actually starting a new kit today. Very exciting. I just finished my Make Market kit from Michaels, and that kit was absolutely amazing to work on. And I mean, I'm happy it's finished just because I've been really dying to dig into this one. So the one I will be working on is Autumn Admiration by Becca Tyndall. I don't do landscapes very often, but this one just really called to me with all the colors and stuff. And so I'm really excited to start it. So my plan of working on this is I'm going to start at the bottom here and work my way up. And then I'm just going to keep going like rows like that, just so that way I can work on like the darker portion and the lighter portion all in like one row and stuff like that. So I'm not saving one for last or anything. Oh, I knew I was forgetting stuff as I'm going, but yeah, I'm really excited to start this one. There we go. I'm sitting there beforehand like, I think I have everything. Of course not. Why would I have everything? So yeah, what am I going to be working with today? So I have everything laid out here. So I will be using these two pens. This one is from Lace and Lathe Works. I think this is my new favorite from them with the Halloween colors. And then this one is from Butterfly Effect Wares. This is their Dracula, I want to say, drop. And it's going to be the first time I'm using this one, so I'm very excited about that. I am going to be using a Bijou Bliss tray. This is the Drills and Chills tray for 2023, so this is last year's. I just kind of grabbed a tray, honestly. I will be using this trash minder from Amazing Crafts. And then I will be using pumpkin pie glue dots, as well as this cranberry apple marmalade wee wax that I literally just opened up in a small shop haul. And I'm very excited that I'm going to be working with this. We got apple cinnamon wee putty. Laura has started making putty, and I cannot wait to try it. I'm so excited. So yeah. Is that everything? I think so. And I'm using my art dot storage system because that works best for kits like this with a lot of colors and stuff. Okay, so I am going to have to clean out this one because I was being lazy after finishing kits and stuff. No, come on, glue that. Get out. Okay. So, hope you guys have been having a good week. Mine has been actually really busy, which is, I mean, it's kind of becoming more normal for me. I've been doing more stuff. What putty did I have in here? Oh, this is Randa's putty, I think. It's like, it got really dirty apparently on the last kit I worked on with it. Hi, Artemis. So yeah, it's been kind of a hectic week and stuff like that. I mean, boy weeks usually are. The school and stuff, although they did have a holiday this week, or a day off this week, so that also kind of threw into the chaos of the week too. But yeah, so Saturday I had me and my friends have decided that we need to start hanging out more, and so like once a month we are making sure that we are yeah, we're basically making sure like we plan a day once a month to hang out. So that was Saturday for us. We went to one of the local malls around here, and we kind of just like walked through, looked at all the stores, and like there's definitely a lot of reminiscing too because the mall is so different than it was even like when I went last time back in like 2021. What is going on over there? Apparently Zero's not getting enough pets, so he's growling at my husband. So yeah, we went to the mall. We stopped at the food court first and got some food because, you know, you don't want a bunch of hangry girls walking around the mall. So yeah, we got some food first. Yeah, and like, so, okay, let's see if I can load this up. Load this up without stressing Laura out. Because I know Katie stressed Laura out, so I don't want to do the same. Okay, come on. There we go. Got it. Yeah, Laura said this is a a harder putty, so it's sometimes going to be a little bit harder to load, but that's okay. Let's get this. It doesn't rip that bad. So yeah, we were like trying to decide what we wanted and stuff, and it's very limited on food options and stuff. So two of my friends decided to go for an Italian place. They have like pizza and pasta and stuff, and then me and my friend April decided to go for Subway. So we went over to the Subway, and it was a really long line. And the reason why it was a long line was because this poor woman was working by herself, and like she was doing an awesome job. Like she was owning it and everything. But yeah, she was completely by herself. So it's like she couldn't even like step in the back to like take a sip of her coffee that's been sitting back there and waiting. And so like, yeah, so I'm hoping that me and April going through her line helped kind of like put her in a better mood or something. Like, I mean, she seemed like she was in an okay mood, but you know, we kind of just like hyped her up a little bit, because honestly, oh, it smells so good. In that situation, you just really need to hype the person up and stuff. Oh, just a little quick caveat here. So this one does have the pink on the perforated covers. Thankfully, it did not. It's not one of the ones that was put on upside down and carried over to the glue. I'm gonna open up two. Stop pacing. That's a thicker plastic than it was. That's kind of nice. Only thing I like about it now. 8, 0, leave it. Being ridiculous. So yeah, we hyped her up before we left a little bit, and I made sure, like, I was like, I'm gonna leave you a nice. I left her a tip because honestly, she deserved it. So yeah. So yeah, we ate our food and then just started walking the mall. Come on. There we go. That's much better. This is so nice because the last DAC kit I did had a lot of trash in the 3 tons, so I'm really thankful that just lined up so perfectly. I can actually like use my 10 placer like it's supposed to be used. I forgot my light pad. Oh well, it's gonna be a little rocky here. So yeah, we walked around the mall, and in our mall we do have a Lego store, which, you know, we walked in there, we're like, okay, this is dangerous, let's go. So we walked in, and yeah, we kind of just looked around and stuff. I saw so many things that I wanted to get, and like including like one of them is the so they have the big Hogwarts castle, which I already have, but then they also have a small miniature one, and I was like, ooh, I want that too. So that one was there, so I was kind of oogling it a little bit. And like I kept making the joke with my husband because he sent me with his debit card, and I was like, I'm gonna buy all the Legos. But yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, and then like we just kept walking around and kept going in all of our like usual stores and stuff, and then like we got to Hot Topic, and definitely did a lot of reminiscing there, because like back in high school and college, I think 90% of my wardrobe came from Hot Topic. So like, yeah, it was fun walking back in there, especially since like the trip pants are back now, and it's like, yeah, that was my wardrobe as a teenager in early 20s and stuff. Like I loved the trip pants, I loved wearing black, I loved wearing all the chains and stuff. Like, yeah, I was a weird kid. But yeah, it was definitely good. Like we were reminiscing a lot, and while we were like that store is like really never changed too, which is even better. So oh yeah, and then we were continuing on our trek, and Cassie kind of broke off from us to go into box lunch while we went into Torrid and Spencer's. And when I walked into Spencer's, April was so funny. She's like, all I saw was a blur of white running at you, because one of my friends found, like a friend from college, he found me, and he's like, hey, I know you. Like he ran over and like pointed at me and be like, hey, I know you. And I was like, oh crap, it is you. So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, she's like, all I saw was a flash of white because he was wearing a white hoodie. But yeah, it was really funny. So kind of got to catch up with him a little bit, which was awesome because I haven't seen him in like, what, almost 2 years now, because he graduated before, or he finished out, or yeah, he finished before I did. So, but yeah, that was pretty funny. And gave my friend April a good heart attack there. And then there is I didn't put this down in the note, but they actually added in a small Barnes and Noble in at that mall too. So I was like, ooh. So we walked in there and we were looking through stuff and everything. And then we got to one table where we were like, we're like, oh, these books are interesting. And one of the staff members came up and they're like, oh yeah, this is the table of books that you want to read if you enjoyed ACOTAR. And then so I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to take a picture of this table so I can save these books and get them. I'm diamond painting on a light or a soft squishy surface, so that's why this is giving me such trouble. So yeah. So yeah, we did good, and then I convinced my friends to buy a book. Which is funny. Well, because I was telling him about it, because there's it's a romance novel. It's called The Nightmare Before Christmas, which, you know, it's like a romance between like Halloween and the children of Halloween and Christmas. So I was like, ooh, this is way up my alley, and I totally forgot that I actually have it on Audible, and I was like, ooh, I think I might listen to that one like next. Okay, there we go. And so I convinced them to get that one because I was telling them about it. And like my friend Angel read the back of it, and then she just like popped it into her arm and just like walked away. And I'm like, yep, I knew it. I knew you'd enjoy that one. Yeah, but then it was on a buy one, get one 50% off table. So I was like, oh, quick, find another book so you guys can take advantage of the deal. And then like we're like looking all over the place, and like in this entire, like, it's not a big Barnes & Noble, but like in the entire store there was only like 3 of the buy one get one 50% off tables. So it took them a little bit to find a book to pair with it, but I think they did end up finding one, because the main problem was like a lot of them were they were series, but they were series that, like, it was like books in, and it's like you don't want to buy the 5th book if you don't know if you enjoy the first couple, you know. So it was just one of those situations where it's like, okay, well, we could get this one, but it's way deep in the series. And kitties are fighting again. Kittens. I think I need to grab my light pad. Let me look at what I'm coming up next on. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna grab my light pad while I keep talking. Or I'm gonna be quiet while doing it because I can't think apparently while walking. I'm having a rough day today, I'm not gonna lie. I'm exhausted. It was a hectic morning, which, you know, I'll get to that. But let's get this under here, and this will make things easier. There we go. Now I have a hard surface to diamond paint on. Okay. Okay, yeah, so we finished up the mall crawl, and then we ended up getting like Auntie Anne's pretzels, because, you know, that's what you do. So we got Auntie Anne's pretzels, and well, 3 of us got the pretzels, and then Cassie, she got ice cream. So we sat down in the food court area and just were eating our snacks and just like chatting some more. And then we have a tentative plan for our next girls' day. We definitely have the date set, but the plan is tentative, of course, because it's going to be based on weather, because it's like an outdoor area. So we want to make sure it's not going to be too cold or anything. The putty didn't want to let go. There we go. And then we split off ways, so Cassie traveled separate from April, Angel, and I. So then we got back to April's house, and then I like texted my husband, just be like, okay, you can come pick me up now, because like he dropped me off there and then picked me up pick me up. And so he came and brought Sydney so April's mom and husband could see her and stuff. So we sat there and chatted for a little bit, and they were like so they were so amused by Sydney and what she was doing and stuff, because I think it's the first time April's mom has seen her since like November last year. So yeah, she's definitely progressed a lot since then. So all the talking she's doing and stuff. So yeah, that was fun. And like the fact that she's like copying everything that we're saying and stuff like that. So yeah, she got to see her for a little bit. And yeah, she was 100%, like Sydney was 100% showing off for everybody. She was just like, yep, I'm here. I'm adorable. Look at me. So yeah. And I think the funniest part about that too was we're sitting there and we're like, I texted my husband and told him like, yeah, we're here whenever you want to head over. And then like April's husband and her mom went to the store together and stuff, and it was one of those funny situations because like he called and was like I think they were in the candy aisle or something. He was asking about some sort of candy, and then I was like, oh, by the way, baby's on her way here. And so April's like, yeah, if you and mom want to see baby, you need to come home. And like the only response was like, oh shit, and then he hung up. So it was really comical. I was just like, oh. So yeah, they ended up booking it home after that. Like there was no missing the baby. Shadow, Artemis, get off of him. Artemis has been like really. He's been suckling on Shadow's ears, which is like bizarre. I've never had a cat do that to another cat. Oop. Sorry, I did not mean to bump the camera like that. Ah. Laura, your wax is holding on. Holding on for dear life. Or not wax, Putty. I am enjoying it though. This is working really well already. Okay. Oh yeah, and then we got home, and since it was Saturday night, it was date night. Oh my god, these cats. Get off of him. Okay. Yeah, so we got home, it was date night, and we really didn't have a lot planned for date night, so we were behind 2 episodes of Survivor, which we did get caught up on. And then once we my brain. Oh yeah, and then once we were done watching Survivor, we kind of played separate video games, but we were like, neither of us were on voice chat or anything like that, so we were still spending the time together. Because I was trying to get my shaman leveled for the weekend raid team that I'm going to be running with my guild. So I was like busting my butt to get my shaman leveled and geared and stuff like that. So I think that night was the night I got her up to max level and started with the gearing process. But yeah, that's what we did. It was a good night. Okay, and then Sunday I decided, like, I asked if it was okay if I jumped on WoW in the morning, because I usually try not to play my games when Sydney's up and moving, unless it's like Genshin or Honkai and I'm just going through the story quest, because I don't have to like be as attentive to that. Like I can still hear the story quest when I'm dealing with her and stuff like that. But with World of Warcraft, I can't really do that because it takes a little bit more focus. And so I was like, well, so I asked my husband, like, do you mind if I jump on WoW this morning? And he's like, no, that's fine. And so I did get my character geared up, although I was like, I thought I had a deadline of Sunday, but then turned out that my co-lead wasn't able to make it that Sunday because she was doing some Halloween stuff with her family and stuff. And then she was like sending pictures of cupcakes, and I'm like, oh my god, I want that. And she was like, she's all the way in Texas, so it's like, I think I'm on my way to your house now, so yeah. But yeah, so I was like getting all geared up, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I didn't need to rush this right now, but at least she's ready for now, for when we are. So I did that in the morning. And then when we realized like we weren't going to be doing the raid that day, I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this. And I just diamond painted and watched Big Bang Theory that night. Because I was like, the way I was looking at it was like, okay, my weekend was so crazy that I didn't think I was going to, like, I didn't really have much of a chance to like do much for myself. Which, I mean, I know going out with my friends is something for me, but it's not like, it's not like, I mean, it was fun. It's not relaxing though, you know, like I have to be out in a social situation, and even though like I try not to, I'm still going to be masking in a situation like that because, you know, I don't want to, yeah, it takes a lot of energy being out of the house and stuff like that. So yeah, I was really excited when that ended up being canceled because I was like, we were not, I can't really say it was canceled because we didn't actually plan it, but it felt good that I was able just to sit and relax and do my thing that night. And so I just sat and diamond painted and watched Big Bang Theory. And yeah, it was a good night. Canvas is a little wobbly, but it's okay. It'll straighten out as the drills are on there. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I got through a bunch of sections on Trick or Treat. Like, it amazed me how much I got through in that day. Like, I mean, I got through like the whole entire border of it. And then I had, like, I think when I started on Sunday, I had the pumpkin and the dragon left. And I think I got through, like, almost the entire pumpkin on Saturday. So I was like, okay, that was pretty good. Or on Sunday. That was Sunday. I have a text message. Oh, that's really pretty. Distraction. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I kind of wrote things out of order. So yeah, and then of course Sunday nights are the nights the boys come back. And then the Sunday we decided that we were just gonna keep Sydney up. We're trying to like shift her to a later bedtime. Just slightly later. But yeah, so we ended up keeping her up until the boys got back, which she was really excited to see her brothers and stuff. And of course she got a Happy Meal out of it. So that was also something that she was happy about. Happy about a Happy Meal. She's screaming up in her room right now. Oh yeah, and then we adjusted the baby monitor because she's been sleeping in front of the door, which I know I've mentioned in previous Whip and Chats, but yeah, we just switched her over to a taller bed, and instead of sleeping in it, she's been sleeping up against the door. So we had to adjust the monitor. Oh dang it, that was actually helpful. I don't want these perforated covers to be helpful. Sorry. But yeah, so yeah, we adjusted the monitor to see where she's sleeping up against the door. And so we can see like how she's sleeping and stuff. And I was definitely laughing because she basically just like moves her Squishmallow up against the door and then sleeps on it. And like at one point I watched her just walk over and just flop over on it. And I'm like, well, there we go. So yeah, got that all situated. Of course, then it didn't really make much or matter much because the power went out. And I was like, well, that's lovely. So yeah, that's why I ended up not recording my weekly whip check-in this week. I promise it will be back next week. But yeah, we lost power, and I was like, and then the rest of the night, like it did come back on not too long after, but then the rest of the night was kind of iffy on whether it was going to stay on or not. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to not risk it. We're just gonna diamond paint and hope for the best. So thankfully the power didn't stay out for too long. And I'm glad it came back on as quickly as it did because like it went out as we're trying to like get the boys in bed and stuff like that. And it was like very, very dark in their room, and you know, like they get creeped out in the dark still because they're young. So we're like, okay, well, we had to figure out like something we could do for them. That way that like it wasn't completely dark in there. But thankfully the power turned back on before my husband even came back downstairs, so it worked out. Although, and then the problem with that was like the next morning, Sydney's room was really, really cold. And I'm like, why is it, like, we were like, why was it so cold in there? And I was like, oh wait, when the power went out, her space heater turned off and did not turn back on. So that was problematic. But she was fine, thankfully, and we got it back on and it warmed the room up very quickly after that. But yeah, we had some really heavy winds, and usually like it's not just wind, like usually when we lose power, it's not winds. We usually lose power on sunny days and stuff like that, but sometimes like the wind will knock our power out. But yeah, it's like, it's the first time in a while it's gone out that late at night too, so I was like, okay, that's a thing. But thankfully we didn't have to maneuver it too much. Let's see. Okay, so that was Sunday, and then Monday, boys had no school on Monday because it was Indigenous Peoples Day. So they were home from school, and I mean, we were excited to not have to get up early, but then, you know, it's like that, okay, now we have to entertain all day, and like, and since it was like, Zero. Since it was like right after the weekend and stuff, Alex was like bored with all of his games and constantly asking Drake to play with him, and Drake kept saying no, and then like Drake would say no to one game, and then Alex would ask about a different game, and then it just rinse and repeat over and over. So we had to tell Alex that like you can't ask your brother to play anymore. If he wants to play, then he can play with, like, he can ask. So yeah, Alex got kind of bored. He complains about school, but I think school is good for him because he gets bored when he doesn't have school. Zero! What are you barking at?
The Instacart got dropped off.
Oh, okay. You want me to pause so you can grab that?
Sure.
Okay, gonna pause so we can get our Instacart order in. Okay, sorry about that. We're feeling lazy today, so we ordered Instacart instead of running to the store, although we don't really have much time either, because Alex is gonna get off the bus here soon, so yeah. Just 2 jobs just does not give us a lot of time. Okay, Zero, chill out, baby. Okay, where were we? Okay, yeah, so I was talking about boys had no school. It was like a miserable day, not gonna lie. Zero, come on. It was cold and rainy out, which makes sense with the winds the day before. And on top of it, like, I don't know, just Sydney was kind of in a mood because she stayed up late, and woke up early, I think. Did she wake up early? I don't remember if she woke up early, actually. But she stayed up late, so she was in a mood. Zero, leave the cat alone. Can you lay down? Or just look at me? Anyways. So, yeah, I'm sitting there, and I was trying to push through Trick or Treat. Yeah. I was pushing through Trick or Treat, and then, like, Sydney walked over, and for some reason, she just, like, grabbed my cup of coffee and just dumped it. And I was like, okay, this is great. So yeah, I got dumped all over my diamond painting. Well, not all over it. Like, thankfully, I mostly missed the diamond painting except for, like, the top corner. But, like, you know, on a cold, miserable day, like, my mood, like, your mood gets affected and stuff, and those little things are more than little things. So I got very, like, frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. I got very frustrated once again that I'm stuck diamond painting at the kitchen table. I don't have my own space and stuff like that because the way our house is set up, and yeah, it was a lot of stress and stuff like that. And, you know, like, at that point, we're like, well, clearly we're not going to be getting into a new house anytime soon because we have some things we got to fix up on this house before we can think about selling it. And just, yeah, it's just a lot. And I was just frustrated because it's like, I really want my own space, really want my own recording space, so that way I don't have to, like, clean off a desk every time I want to sit and record and everything like that. It's just, yeah, it was just a lot. So I was very, very, like, frustrated with everything. and the fact that I had to clean yet another food or drink item off of a canvas was just very frustrating because, yeah, I'm tired of having to do that. She spilled hot dog, yogurt, soda, coffee, all that stuff on my canvases, so it's like rude. Whoops, that slid a little too far. There we go. The glue's not usually the slidey, so. Actually, never mind, it is. Yeah, so we planned on going grocery shopping together. We were all gonna go as a family because I've been basically like I've been trying to go grocery shopping with my husband every week. So like, A, it's us spending time together because we don't have a lot of time to spend together right now with him working 2 jobs. And B, it gets me out of the house, which is always a good thing. But yeah, we were supposed to go and like after the morning and stuff like that. And he was he was pretty frazzled and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? Why don't you go to the grocery store? I'll stay home with the kids. And he's like, are you sure about that? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. Like, go. Because I could tell he needed the reprieve as well. And like, I knew it was like, okay, you have to work tonight and stuff like that. So just go take a break from the kids. So I stayed home with the kids and they were actually really good while he was at the store, which was really, really pleasant. Come on, stick on there. Thank you. Okay. I think I bumped the camera again. I apologize. It's like right next to my head. So, oh yeah. And then since I did that, he brought me home a Dunkin' coffee. So I was like, yay. Oh, I thought I had a 1 somewhere. Well, yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, that was really, so it was good. You know, we kind of paid attention to what each other needed and worked with it. And yeah, we got our stuff done in the day. Okay, and then, yeah, I spent the entire remainder of my evening diamond painting, and I got Trick or Treat almost finished. I think I was like 1 section away from being finished, which always bugs me when I get to that last section, but it's like, I know I can't do that because it's going to take me, like, I'm going to be up until like 1 or 2 a.m., and I can't do that because then I'll be miserable the next day. So, yeah, I did the good thing and did not push through to finish it like I wanted to. And instead went to bed. But that means on Tuesday I finished Trick or Treat, and then I got it all kit down, and then say I kitted up as 2. Oh yeah, and then I kit up my next kit, which was the Michaels Make Market kit that I was working on. It's called Magic Bottles, I believe. Which that one's now finished. Now I think, okay, so yeah, I started it on Tuesday and finished it today. Oh, okay, that happened. It was a small one though, and it did go very fast. There was a bunch of color blocking in the top of it. Actually, yesterday I got laughing because Katie posted a progress picture of one of her paintings, and I'm like, dang, you got so much of that done so fast. And then and then I posted mine, and then I'm like, oh, never mind. I did something really fast too, because I did almost an entire canvas basically in one day. That was pretty funny. Oh yeah, and then Tuesday was the day I was solo parenting, but thankfully Sydney was in a good mood. So that really like this week she was in a good mood, and I'm like, okay, this has really made a difference for me. Like she got up and was all smiley and stuff, and she let me do my thing and she did her thing, and like she'd come over once in a while and like want to sit up on my lap and stuff like that. So I pull her up on my lap and snuggle her and stuff, and yeah, we did pretty good this week. Which is good because usually like on weeks where my husband's or on days where my husband's in the office, she's usually like a little nightmare child. So yeah. Oh yeah, and then I also got some good sleep on Tuesday, which that probably helped out things too. Yeah, I slept really good, and then like I actually woke up in a dream. So like it was very hard for me to wake up because I was like so groggy and stuff. And I'm like, no. And I kind of wanted to finish the dream because I was very intrigued by it. Is that the one I thought it was? Oh, no, that wasn't. I didn't put down what my dream was. Dang. I thought about it and then I guess I forgot to. Dang. I kind of wish I remembered what it was now. But yeah, I was dreaming. And then I woke up and with the alarm and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh, this is so hard to wake up right now because I was so like in such a deep sleep. Let's see. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's fun watching the dynamic of the kids and stuff like that because Drake is definitely enjoying school a lot more than Alex is, and you can tell. Alex gets home from school and it's like, okay, do you have any homework? And it's like dragging feet to be like letting us know what kind of homework he's got, what he's looking at for the day and stuff. And then Drake comes home, he's like, okay, I got this homework, I have this homework, I'm going to do this first, I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to do this, and it's like, bam, 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 done. And he's got a plan. He's got a plan as soon as he gets home. It's like, okay, I'm going to do my math first, and then I'm going to do my reading, and then I'm going to do my French horn practice, and it's just like, it's very smooth. So, I'm just really thankful for that too, because like thankfully we're getting to a point with Alex where we're starting to trust him more when it comes to his schoolwork, because honestly, like the start of the year was pretty rocky because he kept saying like, oh yeah, I have no homework, and then we come to find like, oh no, you did have homework, you just didn't tell us about it, or like you didn't know about it, I don't know. But yeah, like getting the homework done was a nightmare. So it's just really nice that we have Drake who just was like, no, this is my homework. I'm going to do it here, or you'll see me do it here and stuff like that. So, but we are getting to a point where we are starting to trust Alex more. He's proving that he's doing well. His grades are doing like really well, except for like, I think his lowest class is Spanish, and that's still like a 78. So, I mean, that's still pretty good. And it's like, well, if you need help with Spanish, we can help you with that. Like I did take Spanish in school, and honestly, I have a fluent Spanish-speaking friend. Like, I'm sure worst comes to worst, I can call up Sophie and be like, hey, can you help Alex with the Spanish? And I'm sure she'd do that for me. Anyways. And then that night was raid night, and it's funny because it's like, I didn't expect this to come. But my GM's like, okay, we got an announcement before we get pulling here. And we're like, we're like, I think we're waiting or something like that. And since myself and 2 other guild members were taking on leadership roles with the weekend raid team, they decided to promote the 3 of us up to junior officer, which was awesome. So yeah, it was us 3, and then our other, like our tank that is on the raid team, like he was also promoted up as well. So yeah, now we have an officer role for the duty that we do now, so that's fun. And I was an officer in the guild before, so I have experience with that at least, and yeah. And I'm working on trying to be a better raid leader. So I've been talking with my GM and being like, so do you have any add-on recommendations? And he actually just gave me a big list of them that I need to go install and stuff like that, which I'll probably do later, because I really want to get some time in on this one because it's so pretty. These colors, I mean, I haven't even played with any of the pretty colors yet, but I'm still loving it already. Oh yeah, and then I mentioned last week I was having some issues with one of the guys on the raid team. Yeah, he didn't show up at all this week, and I was like, well, way to be mature about the situation. Oh yeah. And so like we're sitting there, and I'm like, we're in combat and stuff, and next thing I know, because we had heavy winds again that night, and I must have bumped the camera again, jeez. Next thing I know, the wind just like shot the door open. Like sometimes, like with our front door, like you have to really push it to make sure it latches, and then I'm guessing it didn't get, I'm guessing it was probably me, honestly, like when I was taking the dog out, I probably didn't like close it all the way and stuff like that, and so one big gust of wind came and just like blew the door open. Poor Zero, he was so scared. He like jumped out and at it and stuff, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'm like sitting there because, you know, I have my headphones on, and so I don't like, I'm like looking, I'm like, whoa, what happened? And I look over, I'm like, wait, why's the door open? And well, no, I saw it open, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait, what, why is, like, I'm like waiting for my husband to walk in or something like that. I'm like, oh wait, the wind blew it open. So like, it took my mind a second to register what actually happened. And so I like quickly jumped up and closed it and stuff like that, but it was just really comical. And yeah, just anything that scares this dog is pretty funny, because like he gets scared by everything, so it's pretty comical when he gets scared. Oh yeah, we were messing with Artemis the other night too, because whenever we go in the bathroom downstairs, like he's so intrigued, he wants to be in there. And so like, I mean, we keep the door closed all the time because Zero kind of destroyed the wall in there, and we don't want the animals messing with it. So we, so yeah, we keep that door closed. So whenever I go in there to go to the bathroom, Artemis is like sitting outside the door and stuff like that. And so like that, when I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have some fun with this. So I knew he was sitting out there. And so like I quickly pulled the door open and went psst at him, and he jumped. And like my husband was standing right there. We're both just like dying laughing. I'm like, I wonder if we can recreate that and get it on video. And so we did. So it wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still pretty funny. Yeah, so mean to the cat, but he deserves it sometimes. But yeah, that was pretty comical. We had a good laugh at that. I don't know what day that happened, but yeah, I had to talk about that. Yep, and then Wednesday because I was like, yeah, that's all I had for Tuesday. Wednesday we did family dinner over at my in-laws' house. It was a lot of fun. We had pizza and wings, which, you know, Sydney loves her pizza. She was just walking around the kitchen going, pizza, pizza, pizza. It's like, yes, you're gonna have pizza. Yeah, and then she was getting into everything again, like just like at my mom's house. She was just like opening like every door she could find and like looking in every drawer and stuff like that. And my mother-in-law has a lot of drawers and stuff because she's got that's the way her kitchen like organization set up. And so like Sydney kept like opening drawers and stuff and trying to get into stuff, and you know, the flying little hand everywhere, and it's just like, oh my goodness, child. But yeah, so the boys got to play with their cousins for a little bit, and then Alex ended up getting picked up earlier than oh yes I do. Alex ended up getting picked up earlier because my father-in-law came and grabbed him, and then went and grabbed their cousins. And then, making sure I'm not missing, okay. And then they went to the house, or apparently they stopped at the store on the way, and Alex got to pick dessert, and this kid has been talking about how much he's wanted pie for so long. So he got an apple pie. And then he confused my mother-in-law because she didn't realize that they got the apple pie, and he's like, yeah, we got pie for dessert. And she's like, no, we don't. I'm like, yeah, you do. And she's like, oh, I didn't even realize that came in the house. It's like, yeah. Let's see. Yep, and then like immediately after dinner, my husband and Drake had to bump out for a parent-teacher conference, because Drake's conference was that day. Yeah, apparently Drake is doing an amazing job. He's like in the 60th percentile on math and like the 90th for reading. Like he's reading at a level above where he should, like where the rest of his class is. So like we're like, wow, that's awesome, dude. So yeah, he did really good there. And the teacher had all great things to say about him. Like last year he had some trouble with some of the kids in his class. Come on, let go. Thank you. Yeah, last year he had some trouble with some of the kids in his class, but that doesn't seem to be an issue this year. Like all the kids that were problem kids are up in a different class now. And the younger kids are in, and he said he had a lot more friends in the younger class than the older one. So yeah, this year he's got more kids. And then like yesterday, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. He was saying like, yeah, I'm the most popular kid in my class now. And I was like, oh wow, look at you go. And then he's like, yeah, I'm also the class clown because there's nobody else, or there's nobody there to tell me I'm not. And I'm like, okay. That's a good way to look at it. Like he makes me laugh sometimes. So yeah, that went well. And then of course, husband and Sydney got back, and like or not Sydney, husband and Drake got back, and Sydney was like in a mood, like she was done. She was like, okay, ready to be home and in bed and stuff like that. So yeah, my mother-in-law's like, yeah, you guys go ahead and head out. We'll bring the boys over later. I'm like, okay, thank you. So yeah, we got Sydney home, got her in bed, and just relaxed for a little bit. And then boys got home. And then, yeah, the rest of the night was kind of just a chill night. We were supposed to have raid again that night. And, like, we knew, like, a bunch of people weren't going to be able to make it. But it was not, like... Oh, yeah. It was not nearly enough people to even, like, attempt to run the raid. So we're like, well, we're going to do dungeons instead and see if we can get some gear. Like, we still use the raid time wisely, basically. So yeah, we did that, and I mean, I had some fun conversations with the guys that we were hanging out with and stuff, and yeah, that one spot does not want to let go. Yeah, we got talking about like the weekend raid and stuff like that, and making plans and stuff. So yeah, it was still a good night. Yeah. And then not really much to say about yesterday. It was kind of just a blah day. Yeah, yesterday was the day I was kind of just relaxing. Like, I was gonna try to play some video games, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna sit and just work on my diamond painting. And then I almost like finished that. Like, I almost finished the Make Market one. I only had like 2 sections left, and those 2 sections had a lot of color blocking in them, but it was still gonna take me a bit. So I was like, okay, I won't try to stay up late and finish that, which probably worked out in my favor, because honestly, this morning was kind of a shit show, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so yeah, in the morning we have like multiple alarms set. We have an alarm for Alex at 6:30 in the morning. We have an alarm for Drake at 7:30, and then like depending on actually no, that's all I've had set this week. And then of course the 10 o'clock alarm, which is like our last minute you need to get up alarm. So for some reason my 6:30 alarm did not go off this morning. It's either it didn't go off, or like it did go off and I just woke up and just turned it off. I don't know what happened. I don't remember. I don't recall. All I know is I woke up at 7:30 with that alarm and went, did Alex get on the bus? And my husband went, no. And I'm like, crap. So it was kind of a mad rush this morning. So my husband got up, took Alex to school, like drove Alex to school, and I got up and made sure Drake got on the bus. And so we were up and moving around a lot this morning. And then I laid back down after Drake was on the bus, and then he got home not too long after that. And then it was like one of those moments where he's like, are you gonna fall back asleep? I'm like, I don't know yet. We'll see. Like, I was like pretty wide awake, and like I was exhausted, but I was wide awake. So it's like, okay, hopefully if I just like let my body calm down a little bit, maybe I can get back to sleep. And then Zero was just kind of being annoying, because he like came up and like shoved his back into my back. And then like next thing you know, I'm like sweating and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, dog, you can't be here. So like, yeah, I had trouble falling back asleep. I eventually did, but I don't think it was for very long. But yeah, then the 10 o'clock alarm went off, and I was like, okay, we really need to get up now. Because we got to get Sydney up and stuff like that. So yeah, that was kind of an annoying morning, but we got through it. We did it. And now it's almost time for Alex to get off the bus, so. So yeah, I might just wrap it up here. Apparently I started recording sooner than I thought. I thought I was gonna be closer. Well, I guess it is 10 minutes, so. That's the other bus. Or no, that wasn't a bus. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here so that way I'm done before Alex gets home. So yeah, sorry I'm like exhausted and had trouble catching keeping up with my thoughts and stuff like that. Like I said, I just didn't sleep well last night, and yeah, the morning was a shit show. So here we are. But yeah, I hope you guys had a fantastic week, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week coming. What can you expect from me this week? Oh gosh, I have a small shop haul that will be coming on Monday, and I have a wrap-up Wednesday coming on Wednesday. So I keep hearing all these bus sounds, and I'm like, oh. So yeah, next week's gonna be pretty standard. I did get my Night Court November announcement up. I'm sure you guys have seen that, so make sure you go check out that video. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I've gotten a lot of people reaching out already, asking questions and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely reach out if you need to know anything about the event, or if you're interested in sponsoring too, like, yeah. So yeah, that should be it for this video. If you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and throw me a comment. Let me know how you guys are doing. What did you work on during this time? How was your week? And yeah, if you're not already subscribed here and you like diamond painting content, please, please, please hit that subscribe button down there. And then hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. Generally, I post videos on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays, but sometimes I post at random, so you definitely want to hit that bell. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.